Our next guest, Rex Hudler, as you know, is a broadcaster for Angels baseball. He was a professional ball player for 21 years and played for 7 teams, including our very own Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. He has a career record of 56 home runs.
In 1996, Rex's first son was born with Down syndrome. He and his wife Jennifer founded a nonprofit organization called Team Up for Down Syndrome, which helps improve the lives of those living with this disorder. Rex, thanks for coming on Health Matters.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here with you beautiful people.
At least one beautiful person. I mean, you've had a fantastic career. I mean, you're an announcer, a professional ball player, you have a World Series ring, and you've had this wonderful organization for Down syndrome. Can you tell us a little bit about Down syndrome, what it is? And I'm not sure everybody's aware of it like you are.
Sure, doctor. I'm thrilled, first of all, to be here and have an opportunity to be able to share with other families and people that might know a little bit of something about a Down syndrome person, or like I like to call it, up syndrome. Nothing, nothing derogatory about the name Down, but I like up.
Up is better.
Yeah, you know, Down syndrome, it's a chromosomal disorder. It's caused by an error in the cell division that results in the presence of an additional 3rd chromosome. They call that 21 trisomy. This presence can lead to recognizable physical traits and a limited intellectual endowment. While some may think that this can impede their lives, where it's impossible to predict their future. While some may think that people with Down syndrome are not going to amount to anything in life, that's totally false. Their dreams, their skills, they can all be reached given the opportunity and given the proper enthusiasm and the proper love. They can reach their full potential, and that's our goal.
So with your foundation, what are the goals of your foundation? You give awareness to the public, or do you have fundraising? What exactly do you do?
Yeah, we love to share my son, Cade, as well as my other 3 children. We like to share them with the community. And being a broadcaster under the umbrella of that with the Angels and a great organization, it's fun to be able to be out in the limelight where I have an opportunity to share and go places. We want to raise awareness. That's the main thing, really. Raise awareness to the contributions that children can make and adults in our society. And also, we have a fundraiser that we do each year, once a year. It's in July. It's around the All-Star Game, and actually it is the night of the All-Star Game. We call it the All-Star Party at Angel Stadium, and people come and we celebrate the lives of individuals with Down syndrome. Young, more mature folks with up syndrome are there. We also, you know, we raise the funds for the community, for the Down syndrome community. You know, housing, health, education, job training, family counseling, those type of things and other worthwhile causes that are all involved in the Down syndrome community need help. And what we can do to raise funds, we raise the funds and we allocate the funds to keep these organizations up and going. And that's our main goal, really, is to raise awareness and share them, share our family and share people like that, because there's no shame in that. Yeah. It's beautiful. They're beautiful people. They're up. They're happy. They're unconditional lovers, and that's what makes our world a better place.
Absolutely. What are some of the personal touches that you and your wife provide for, say, moms and dads out there who might need a little more emotional support?
Well, you know, there are certain things that we do hands-on in the community. As a matter of fact, my wife, she teaches music, a music program at Peters Canyon Elementary School in Tustin. And she is there hands-on so she can be near her son, Cade, our son. But she's given back by teaching them music. She does little things like that. For me, I like to encourage dads. Dads are kind of get left out. Yeah. You know, moms are really the hands-on people, the persons that work with their kids all the time, and dads go do their job and stuff. But really, we're charged of not being emotional and not really caring, but we do care. And there's a lot of things that I can do to help a man or a father get adjusted to having his child. And you know, I like to give my number to different organizations that any young dads that are expecting a child with Down syndrome to come into their life, that's always a tough time.
Sure.
And so I like to be able to encourage dads and encourage them about the positive things that can happen. And sure, it's a tough adjustment early, and everyone has to go through that. They're in their own way. But encouragement's the main thing my wife and I like to do.
Did you have resources available to you when Cade was born, or did you have to find your way? alone?
You know what? The doctor that we had for my wife, he was very instrumental in guiding us to the right direction. ICEC is our early intervention for young people, young kids. It's an organization that helps the families come together. The babies are all there, and there's like 7 or 8 volunteers, ladies that help out and help with their motion and doing little things with their hands and arms. So early intervention is really helpful. As far as that goes, somebody from the city came over from the government. They come over and they want to take an assessment and they want to look at your child and stuff. But really, you have to seek. You have to go out and search. I remember when they called me, and we had taken Cade home. We had him home for 2 or 3 days. We weren't sure something was up, but the doctor had pronounced him healthy. I mean, typically healthy, and a good-looking boy, and congratulations. But he wasn't nursing properly, so we thought something could be wrong.
Sure.
So they took a blood test from him, and we took him home under a cloud of suspicion, which was very difficult. To not know, to take your baby home and not know there's a diagnosis was really tough. But then they called me 3 days later and said, "Hey, your son has tested positive for Down syndrome." So I was like,
Oof.
"Oh, really? Is there an owner's manual you can give me for that, or what are you telling me exactly? What do I do now?"
Right.
So I craved. I wanted to talk to other parents that had kids with Down syndrome. I really want. So the ICEC, this group, got us together, and the parents would all go in another room, and we'd sit around a table, and we would talk about the differences that each one of us had.
Wow, yeah.
But it helped me so much.
Imagine.
And I was an active baseball player for the Angels when we had him. I just come off my best season ever. And so here these other men are sitting around this table looking at me thinking, gosh, there's this big league ball player here, but really it doesn't discriminate. Right. Okay, birth defects and disabilities happen to all of us. And it's up to us to accept that and move on in a positive direction to help our kids reach their full potential. But it was a shocker. But there's things you have to search out and reach out and look and be proactive in trying to find some help for you and your family and your children.
Now, does Cade go to the ballpark with you? Does he like baseball?
Oh, what a question. In our particular situation, guys, we're really blessed. Cade has he's on the autistic spectrum as well, so we're doubly blessed, so to speak. So what comes with the autistic is the sensory issues and noises at the ballparks, the fireworks that go off and all that can be tough. But Cade now has been coming to the games for 9 years, and he's getting to where he goes in the stands. He does not hold in his ears all the time.
He's bringing that rally.
Yeah, and he's got his pom-pom out there, and he loves baseball. And it's neat to see how he's evolved as far as coming to the ballpark, which typical kids have a hard time with the noises in a ballpark. But especially if your child has a disability, sometimes that can be magnified. But he's gotten through that. He's enjoying it with my other children. They go, and they love Angels baseball just like their daddy.
That is absolutely wonderful. Now, do you have a special day for special children at the ballpark? Has anybody been working on coming up with?
Absolutely.
Oh, we do?
Yes, we do. We have a buddy walk at the ballpark in November when the season's over.
Oh,
with the families, we all go out there and we walk around the ballpark, and then we invade Angel Stadium. Yeah, and that's through the DSAOC, the organization here. That's Down Syndrome organization in Orange County. And we have a buddy walk. We had like 3,000-4,000 people last year and their kids. And it's a celebration. It's a big party right there on the field. Okay, we do that after the season's over. But also, there are certain things that we'll do off the field, like the Challenger Little Leagues, that are around the community here. Challengers is for kids with all kinds of disabilities that play baseball. They like to play just like typical kids like to play, but they all play together, so the competition is not the same. It's more about the true love of the game of baseball. So there's a lot of different things that we do. Of course, being a father of 4 and trying to be a good husband as well, and being on the road with the Angels a lot is very challenging time-wise.
I bet.
We're willing to give and help out, and basically whenever we have time for, without neglecting our own family.
Well, we have time for just one more question or one final thought here. What is the biggest piece of advice that you can give to parents who do have a child with Down syndrome?
Well, it just depends on what stage you're in. I'm in year 11. My wife and I are. My family's in year 11. It's gotten much easier. Cade's learning and developing along the same lines as some of my other children are, just a little bit slower. They get there, but it takes them a little bit longer. I think that the key for a dad or a mom out there is to seek other parents. Go out and look for other parents. There's websites out there. There's parents that would love to share about their child that's 2, 3 years older than yours, or even if you have a newborn. If you've got a newborn, you know, you kind of get through that grieving process of grieving the dreams that you had of your typical child, and you just have to change those dreams around. And you have to change your dreams to the child that you're expecting. And I remember it took my wife and I, you know, a little bit of time before we could kind of come to grips with it. But then I remember God put on my heart, hey, I gave you a gift, and you're insulting me by being a little bit apprehensive about the gift. How do you accept a gift? You stick your hands out, Hud, and you accept your gift I gave you and say thank you. That kid is going to be a big light in your life. You don't see it right now, but he's going to bless your life and everybody around it. And Hud, I'm going to give you a good job that you can share him with everybody else. So he says, accept the gift and love him. So I remember going home to my wife saying, honey, Cade came to the right place. We're going to help him reach his full potential. Let's go, hands in. Let's go. Are we in? And we, you know, let's go. Come on. And it's a journey, but be positive. Look for the positive things in your child. If he crawls for the first time, just a little crawl, rejoice in that. If he sits up, takes some kids a while to sit up. You got to rejoice in the little things.
Well, we are rejoicing in the big experience of having you here to speak about all this. It's been a real gift for all of us, and what a wonderful example you and your wife are for the entire community and the entire country.
Thank you. We're having a blast. And you know what? We're really thankful we have a child with a disability.
Yeah.